So let's begin. What is financial literacy? Simply put, it is the possession of skills and the knowledge that we all need in making informed financial decisions on our money matters. I implore all of you to enjoy the lesson. So I would share my screen. There's this question I'd like to ask. Life begins and ends where? Let's ponder on it. You see, on the screen we have a picture of the brain. That's where we have everything, all activities happen in our brain. From our history to what we plan for the future. Our thoughts, our feelings, our family, stories, experience, everything is in the brain. So, for each one of us, let's ponder. Life begins and ends where? You know, the brain is powered by our mind. So, with the right mindset, you can only achieve the impossible. And then, what kind of mindset do we have? There are two kinds of mindset basically, the growth and the fixed mindset. And like Steve Maraboli would say, once the mindset changes, everything on the outside, what happens? It changes. So what kind of mindset do you have? Anyway, as at this stage of our life, the growth mindset is what I would advise. With your mindset and with you determining what happens in your brain and your mind that affects or that helps powers what happens in the brain. Who then are you? Who are you? Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. To succeed in life, business, career, finance, family, and understanding who you are. Think about it. Where are you in your life? What affects you? Or when should things happen to you at this stage? And the final question, the how. We all know it is important to note that the who, the where, and the when, and how we are greatly influence and determine what we do, how we do it, when we do it. Our background, it affects. Our characters, it affects. It is what has molded us in time past. Building our personal portfolio, all those are powered by our mind that determines exactly who we are. What forms who you are? Is it money? Is it peace of mind? Is it happiness? Success? This is a laundry list of things. I would pause for a minute for all of us to look at this list and arrange them as they are important for us. Because the arrangement of these lists, these items, taking challenges, satisfaction at work, is it learning, work-life balance, your health? The arrangement of these things on a checklist would help us determine who we are. These variables will help us as we go on our lifelong journey. So if we have our paper and biro with us, let's do this little exercise. So, your paper and biro. And like when I train, you can't come for a training section without having your paper and your biro. So let's do this. Is it money, checklist, happiness, success, your spiritual life, friend? Let's arrange 1 minute. And when we do it, we're able to prepare a 1-minute speech about who we are. And so when you even stand, as we even start this our lifelong journey, and you are asked, even at an interview panel, who are you? You are able to give a punch speech on who you are. Because by this exercise, you have actually embedded in your memory, in your mind, and in your brain who you truly are. So who are you? And I'm sure everybody have done that exercise. So, financial literacy. Rule 1. It's all about money, never lose money. Rule 2, never forget rule 1. And how do you live your life without losing money? Financial literacy, the bedrock. And the components of financial literacy. So if you read about it, there are basically 5 components of financial literacy. When we earn money, earning, budgeting, savings, investing, loans, debt management, and credit management. When money realizes that it is in good hands, as money is going to be in good hands when we are done with this training, it wants to stay, and it would only but multiply. Are we on track? Have we taken our 5 main components of financial literacy? Earnings, budgeting, savings, investment, loan, both credit and debt management. 5, money does not grow on trees. You know, when we were young, our parents would be asking, give me money, where is money? Always demanding, always demanding, always demanding. We are now at this crossroad. Every one of us here, we are moving from that crossroad of living our parents funding us to us making a living. It is clear money does not grow on tree. But what? It grows on intelligent minds. On all the intelligent minds that are on this platform now, that's the way money would grow. After being equipped with the financial literacy skills, money will just continue to grow. Everything continues. As they whine you, that's what you say. Unintelligent mind. Earnings. We are at the camp now. We are going to learn skills. Different kind of skills, different interests. We've done the book work. We are now entering a new life journey. Here in Nigeria now, we are clear. Just one stream of income cannot take us to where we want to go. And that is why the side program was done. We are all going to learn skills. And we'll learn how to earn money. But without a sound foundation on how to make these money decisions, we can start to lose monies. So therefore, becoming financially healthy is not a one-time thing. It's not a one-time event. It is a series of events and steps that will help us make these informed decisions. And here we are starting. This is just the beginning. So, earnings, we must learn to earn. And when we earn, everybody living here must learn to work and make a living. 2, 3, 4 streams of income. You take the side program very serious because that is the bedrock after this basic financial literacy training. It is the implementation of what you have learned when you start to earn money that becomes the next stage. But before you get to the next stage, or when you're getting to the next stage, the other component of financial literacy is budgeting. You cannot do without budget. But what does budgeting do for us? What is budgeting? The goal of budgeting is to help us find that balance between living today and planning for tomorrow, our future. Think about it. When we earn and we don't budget for the things that we need to use the money for, what happens? We may use our monies for wants instead of needs. We must be clear as we get into the future. What are the basic things that we must budget for? For our housing, our utility bills, our mobile phones. We all use data, electricity. Of course, we all enter cars, Uber, transportation. It is very important. Insurance, it's a key factor. We must insure our household things. We must insure ourselves too, our cars, their licenses, DSTV, all of that. Those are key things that we must budget and plan for. Then we must plan for our discretionary things, our day-to-day activities. We must now plan. So therefore, you will have to plan your budget and plan your income to meet the budget. Each one of us, we're all individuals. All of us, everybody here, we're all individuals. No two persons are the same. Because, recall I said, determining who you are It's affected by your family background, your history, your upbringing, all those, your environment, all those affect who you are. And with that in mind, we determine what you want to earn, your earning pattern, and you start to budget and plan. And plan that your budget meets your earning goals. And you must only plan and budget is only when you have those extra, you go to the next level. Savings. Another key component. Having a savings plan helps us make progress towards achieving our goals. Somebody will tell me now, I've not even finished earning money. What will I save? No matter how small, no matter how little, you must put aside something for your future. Not just your future, for emergency. Somebody will ask me, so what percentage of money can I save? There's a standard percentage. It's about 20%, but well, that is still dependent on you, on your expense. If your expenses, if you're not picking your housing bill, other key utility that you need to do, then what the percentage of what you need to save will be higher. So it depends on, if you're not paying for rent, none of those key housing, transportation, if those are all taken from you, what you save increases. So let's plan. I would stop and let everybody put pen to paper. 3 reasons why they should have a savings plan. 3 key reasons why you should have a savings plan. So 1, everybody, why you should have a savings plan. 2, 3, we're all individuals, so we all know what we plan, what our goals are. You save for specific goals and targets. 4 and 5. So I'm sure everybody would have written reasons why they must have savings plan and what they want to be saving for. Remember, your savings plan must align with who you are, your goals and objectives in life. So therefore, 2 people cannot have the same savings plan. I could be planning for my marriage, for my children's education, to build a new house, to even buy a new car. It's different for everyone. After you finish saving, your savings is after you have covered your day-to-day expense. So let's not forget that. You've covered your day-to-day expense and you must have set aside something. It's only if you have a little more, and you must strive to have a little more, you go to the next component of financial literacy. Something that you must do, investing. Somebody will tell me, I don't have to invest. But guess what? What is investing? Is it only money? Can you invest in your capacity, your capabilities? That's an item of investment. There are a lot of ways. People at every asset class. So no matter who you are, what you are, you don't have to be super rich to invest. Remember, just remember, everybody can start investing. When you invest in yourself, just like we are doing now, this knowledge acquiring section is a form of investment. You are investing in yourself. Think about it. The different reasons that you might have for investing. Come up with 4 examples for each of the reasons. And let's start. The interesting thing that is very important for every one of us, as we think it, which may not necessarily be loans. I want to start my entrepreneurial journey. What I'm thinking of is, I need a loan. But do you really need a loan? How do you make borrowing choices? How do you understand whether you really need to borrow? A budget tells us what we can afford and what we don't need to buy. And when we plan, do we really need to borrow? If the answer is yes, if you have determined that you really need to borrow, then you must borrow what you must pay back. There are rules and guidelines of borrowing. There are the 5 C's of credit. And for you to borrow from any financial institution or from your peer, they say borrowing starts when you're starting your foundation. From friends and family who would support you in your entrepreneurial journey. And because you are starting up small, there's the microfinance banks and then the commercial banks. And then when you have big initiative, then you have the corporate institutions who can support you in that endeavor. Remember, do not borrow what you don't need, or go and borrow from institutions that are not licensed by CBN. Be sure you need the exact amount you want to borrow before you borrow. Do not borrow less, because if you borrow less, it will not be enough for what you need the money for. You would waste it. Do not borrow in excess, because if you borrow in excess of the amount you need, you will run into problems, because you will not have the capacity to pay back the loans. At any borrowings, you must pay, even if you borrowed from your siblings. Habits of borrowings are built even from when you borrow money from your siblings. You must learn to pay back, so that you build the right value and culture as you start your journey. It is also important to understand the players in the financial space. There is the regulator that regulates every financial institution within the financial space. Be it the bank, you have the CBN, NDIC. The insurance company, you have PENCOM. You have all the regulators. You have insurance, you have public institutions, you have non-financial institutions who we all work with. And then now we have the fintechs. With the amount of players in the industry, we need to improve our knowledge on who, when, what, and how we deal with these institutions and how they operate. In our financial journey, there are key steps that we must take. It starts with us setting up our money goals. We decide what we want our money to do for us as we start to earn them. Then we create a savings plan. We learn to cut back on expenses. We work with financial service providers. And then learn the product, the one that best fits us. Our emotional intelligence, mentorship is key. And then we grow our savings. For us to start this, it is not a one-time thing. We will start with one step. So let's start to set our money goals. It helps us to decide what we want to do with money. After this training, the next exercise will all happen on the Kudimata platform. We expect all COP members to download the Kudimata app and go on their community on Kudimata. The app is on the Android and the iOS. You register basic information and use your state code on the referral code. Your NYC code will be provided for you by your state coordinators for you to enter your NYC community on the Kudimata platform. Therein, you will get other materials, other learning tools, and then we are all endeared to take the Kudimata test. It's a financial literacy test upon which, once done, certificates are provided for all of us that successfully pass the program. And this will be the bedrock for the next stage of our financial literacy journey, our empowerment journey. So you would ask, what is Kudimata? Kudimata is an educational FinCom that provides basic financial education, advisory services, business support, internship. We have mentors on ground, professionals who are available to hold you through this your lifelong journey. And as we have seen here, NNPC Foundation is on ground to empower all those who are qualified. Do not waste time. Download the Kudimata app and start your journey. And await what NNPC Foundation has in store for you. And like I will say, Kudimata. If they pain you, talk.